I am seriously worried about this transition coming up when I am not even being heard as the MLA for the Pas-Kameesak. That's bullshit.
Once an Indigenous body, an Indigenous governing body exists and takes over care and control of child welfare, the role of the province is done. Once there is an Indigenous governing body, there's a coordination agreement, that's it. So, and I know it's different, because I was like, oh, well, what's our role? No, we don't have a role anymore.
Ms. Lathlin.
As an Indigenous woman and a former Indigenous chief and council member, I can say this. I'm really worried about the First Nations handling this authority, because I'm currently a foster parent whose nieces were taken away since in 2017 because I was in Des Moines, Iowa. This OCN CFS organization has been fighting hard and keeping us separated rather than reuniting us. I went through AMC, that reunification process. I was called down by the receptionist, and I ended my fight because it tore a lot into me. I even called Macy. Nothing. So I can say this as an Indigenous woman and as a former band counselor about band politics. I'm worried about the nepotism that's currently going on in every office, I can say. I'm worried about the unqualified workers that are currently there, such as the ones that have not returned my phone call for 2 months asking for a visit. And I'm also worried about who, as a foster parent with OCN CFS, because I know we're working towards our own authority, who do we, like a foster parent like me, who do we go to and say, hey, that worker's not returning my call? I missed spring break, I missed Easter break. I haven't seen my niece since March. And since my sister had passed away from an opiate overdose, those are her children, August 13th she passed away, and I found out September 4th. Now, I have 4 daughters, one daughter and 3 nieces. They're all sisters. They were all my late sister's daughters. Since she died, now they give back one of the girls who's HIV positive. Nobody wanted her because OCN CFS did not even think about creating an education pamphlet on handling HIV. So the only reason why I got my niece, the third one back, the second one back I meant, because her mother's dead and she's HIV. So because of all this chaos, I am seriously worried about this transition coming up when I am not even being heard as the MLA for the Pas-Kameesak. That's bullshit. Excuse my language in committee. So I'm still trying to fight to get my niece back.
I'll just interject on the use of the unparliamentary language. So I'll allow the member, Ms. Lathlin, to ask the question one more time.
Yeah. Who do we report to in such situations like that?
Thank you for that comment. And I think I too, I'm concerned about where once the jurisdiction is asserted with child welfare, and I said this before, the children need a voice in the system, the new system. So I am saying that we do need a federal advocate for the children in First Nation. Also, I welcome you to contact my office again, and I would like you to ask for Ms. Kelly Gosfeld to look into your case. That's my recommendation to you at this point. It's concerning. you know, when the child's voice is lost. So, so that's what I'm asking you to do. Thank you.
Mrs. Stone?
Thank you, Chair. And I just want to thank the member from the PA for sharing that experience and that story. And, you know, it exactly leads into what my question was. I've heard the minister today essentially say that unless an Indigenous agency asks for oversight, then the province, there's no involvement. And so who is going to be advocating for children if an Indigenous agency does not ask for that oversight? I'm certainly concerned about children falling through the cracks. And, you know, from the experience of the member for the PA, like these are exactly the concerns that we have as we go through this process. And, you know, very concerned about that lack of oversight if it's not asked for, and essentially just washing our hands, and, you know, what that's going to mean for the welfare of children who are in care.